If you want to start selling your artwork online but you're not too sure where to begin, then in this video I want to share 5 different places where you can sell your work online using the print-on-demand company Gelato. It can feel quite overwhelming nowadays because there are so many different options for selling your work. So I just wanted to chat through 5 recommendations and talk about the pros and cons of selling on each. So first of all, I thought it would be a good idea just to talk about why selling your work through a print-on-demand company like Gelato is a good option. So perhaps you create original pieces like I do, original paintings like this one behind me. You know how much time and effort goes into creating each piece. Every single one of my commissions takes 10 plus hours to create. So around about a year and a half ago, I decided to start selling products from my paintings. This just really maximizes the amount of earnings you can make from individual pieces. So you could think about creating things like prints and greeting cards. You can just upload digital templates of your artwork. So this could be photos or maybe scanned images. And then you can create any kind of products that you want through the Gelato platform. So as I said, this could be high quality art prints or packs of greeting cards, or perhaps you want to print onto things like mugs or clothing. There are loads of different options. And then Gelato will actually arrange on your behalf the printing and the shipping of these products directly to your customers. This makes international sales much easier once it's all set up, and it requires minimal effort on your part. You don't need to worry about having any inventory in your studio, packaging your items or shipping them out, which can, from experience, be a headache, especially with international shipping. I do talk more about the whole process of creating products from your artwork with Gelato in a recent video that I did. I'll link it up above. And it is really, really simple to do. It's free to set up an account with Gelato. And if you order a sample within 48 hours, then you get 50% off. But once you've created these products, then where do you sell them? There are lots of different options. So I'm going to talk about 5 different platforms in this video and the pros and cons of each, and then you can make up your own mind which would suit you and your business the best. Some of these selling platforms are much easier to link with your Gelato account than others, so I've basically ordered them from the easiest ones, which I'm going to talk about first, to the ones where you need to invest a bit more time and expertise to set up. So the first platform I'm going to talk about is Etsy, which in my opinion is the easiest platform to link to your Gelato account. I'd also recommend getting sample products made before you sell anything, just so you can see the quality of the products that you're offering. Etsy is an example of an online marketplace, meaning that it's a platform that connects sellers and buyers, but it also handles transactions and marketing. So it makes it a really great platform for you if you want to focus on painting, creating your artwork, and not so much worrying about the logistics of selling and marketing. Gelato integrates directly with Etsy, unlike some other selling platforms, which I'll talk about later. This is why it makes it so easy to set up, and it doesn't require any technical expertise. Any orders that are placed through your Etsy shop are automatically sent to Gelato for production and shipping. A couple of the cons of using Etsy are that they charge transaction fees and payment processing fees, which can add up and cut into your profit margins, especially when combined with Gelato's product and shipping costs. Also, Etsy is now quite a crowded marketplace. There's so much competition on there nowadays. So to really stand out, you do need to invest in having great quality listings. You need strong branding, SEO, which is search engine optimization, and you probably do need to put a bit extra in terms of marketing efforts. You can't just rely on the Etsy platform anymore. But I do think that Etsy is a really great place to get started with print on demand. As I said, it's really, really simple to set up, and you don't pay anything until you make a sale, except for that Etsy listing fee, which I think is around 20 cents. The next platform I'm going to talk about is Shopify, which I'm sure you've heard about. The benefit of using Shopify is that it's user-friendly and it works well for small businesses, so you don't need to be a tech expert to build your own online store. It walks you through everything step by step. And like Etsy, it's easy to connect your Shopify store to your Gelato account. Orders are also fulfilled automatically like Etsy, which means that when a customer places an order for one of your print-on-demand products, you don't need to do anything. So once it's all set up, it's pretty much passive income from that point onwards. Shopify also has some really helpful tools to manage things like inventory, take payments, track orders, and understand your sales through reports if that's something that you wanted to do. And if you do ever get stuck, then Shopify also offers a 24/7 customer support to help you out. Some of the drawbacks of using Shopify are it does charge you a monthly subscription fee. So unlike Etsy, where you only pay for your listing fees, Shopify will actually charge you a subscription fee. So unless you're making sales that cover these costs, you may want to think about a different platform. And whilst I did say that Shopify was fairly user-friendly, if you did want to take your Shopify store up a notch, so maybe you're looking into things like advanced design or tweaking some parts of your branding, this may require some kind of coding knowledge or perhaps hiring technical help if you don't know how to do it yourself. And finally, Shopify provides the tools for you, but unlike Etsy, you are entirely responsible for driving traffic to your Shopify store. So this means that you need to invest time, possibly more time than Etsy, into marketing and promoting your products. The next platform I'm going to talk about is TikTok Shop, which may not be to everyone's liking, but there's no denying how huge TikTok Shop is becoming. According to research, 2 out of 3 users on TikTok buy something through the shop, which I actually can't believe. So it does have huge potential. To sell through TikTok Shop, you have to have a seller account. You can then sync your TikTok account with Gelato and start creating products. Selling your work through TikTok is a great way to reach a huge audience. It's perfect for visual products like art, and short videos make it easy to show your work in a creative way. Plus, with TikTok Shop, people can buy directly in the app, which makes the whole process quick and seamless. If you hit the jackpot and one of your TikTok videos goes viral, then you have the potential to sell a lot of products if this video is linked to a product in your shop. Some of the cons of using TikTok Shop are that you have to kind of understand what sort of videos will do well on TikTok. So you need to understand current trends, what the algorithm is looking like at the time. So if you're not really on top of this, this may not be the best option for you. Sales can be heavily dependent on each video's performance, and this can obviously fluctuate unpredictably. Relying solely on TikTok also means that you're opening yourself up to algorithm changes and any kind of policy updates on the platform. Another option is to sell your work through your own website. This gives you complete control over how you show and sell your artwork. There are some costs involved with having your own website. Typically, you're going to need a few different things. One of them being a website hosting plan, which is anything from a few pounds per month up to around £50, depending on the type of plan you have. You're also going to need a domain name, which is a few pounds to £10-15 per year. And you could potentially also need to pay for an e-commerce platform. Some website hosting plans have this e-commerce functionality included within them, but others you have to pay extra for, so it's definitely worthwhile investigating this before you commit to a website plan. If you do have an e-commerce plan on your website, then Gelato integrates with platforms like WooCommerce, and this allows you to sell with Gelato directly through your website. It provides all the tools you need to sell products, manage your inventory, handle payments, and track orders. The benefits of selling through your own website are that if you do have that e-commerce plan included in your website hosting plan, that you don't pay any additional fees like you would if you sold through Etsy, for example. Selling on your own website also lets you build direct relationships with your customers. This helps with loyalty, repeat business, and marketing. A couple of potential drawbacks of selling through through your own website can be that it's difficult to drive traffic to a new site. So it's essential to use good SEO, social media, and perhaps email marketing to attract potential buyers. New websites might also struggle a bit to build trust with customers compared to more established platforms like eBay or Etsy. The last selling platform that I'm going to talk about, and probably the most difficult one to integrate with your Gelato account, is called Big Cartel. This is a selling platform that I discovered recently, and I probably would use if I didn't already have my e-commerce section of my website and also my Etsy shop. Big Cartel helps smaller artists sell their products, and it's ideal if you want a simple way to manage and show your work online without any complicated features. You can set up an online store on Big Cartel for free and sell up to 5 products at any time on the free plan. And although you can't directly link your Gelato products to your Big Cartel store, you can use what is known as an order management tool. This kind of works as the middleman between your Gelato account and your Big Cartel shop. This tool is called Order Desk, and it automatically routes your orders from Big Cartel to Gelato. The big benefit of using Order Desk is that it saves you time. You don't need to manually enter customer or shipping details, which means that orders can be processed more quickly. A couple of negatives of using Order Desk are that it does require a paid plan, which may be an additional expense, especially for a small business. Setting up the whole process, the integrations and the workflows can also take some time and effort if you're not familiar with the platform. However, Big Cartel might be a great option for you if you're just starting out, or perhaps you're trying to sell products and you don't yet have a website. If you're promoting these products through social media, through Instagram or Facebook, for example, then you can include a link to your Big Cartel store to direct people to. This just makes it easy for people to purchase your products, and then Big Cartel handles the transaction process, and it currently supports PayPal and Stripe payments. And the best part about this is that Big Cartel doesn't charge any transaction fees on sales, but just bear in mind that Stripe or PayPal may have processing fees. Some of the potential drawbacks of using Big Cartel are that you are entirely responsible for your marketing. So similar to having your own website, you have to do all the marketing to drive people to your Big Cartel shop. Also, you do get 5 free listings with the free plan on Big Cartel. If you did want more than 5, then you have to go to a paid plan, which is entirely reasonable, but obviously you want to make sure that your sales are covering any costs. So that was a quick whistle-stop tour of 5 different selling platforms you can integrate with your Gelato account. If you haven't yet tried print on demand, then it's well worth investigating and giving it a go. You don't need to invest that much money to begin with. It's completely free to set up an account with Gelato, and if you order a sample within the first 48 hours, then you get 50% off, so you can try it out for yourself and see what your samples look like. If you did fancy giving Gelato a try, then I'll pop my discount code down below. As always, if you did have any questions, then I'll try my best to answer them. And if you do try out print on demand with your art products, I'd love to know how you get on. Good luck, and I'll see you in my next video.